Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm John Cordy. Hopefully you already knew that. If you're new here, I look at kind of some chords and stuff on Friday. Today we're going to take another look at some of the rest of Tidal by Eric Johnson. Last Friday I started this with my first look for Robert, who's a Patreon member. So today I wanted to get into this a little bit further, and where we left off here. And then what we end up with is a key change. So the first part of the song we're going... And I'm kind of thinking that as a chord 2 of G major or E minor, you know, like a so what kind of thing where you're... that kind of thing. Then with this section here, I think we've changed key. So we're going from this B sus to an E minor, but with like a G in the bass. This kind of chord, but I think Eric only plays the G, the D, and then the F sharp. So it's like an E minor 9 type voicing. So from the sus chord, so this E minor, I'm thinking of that as chord 2 of D major, so like an E dorian type sound. So this kind of thing. Okay, so we then come out into another section. So all we're doing for that is just that B sus and that E minor 9, and then the fills in between. So A, F sharp, D, E, B. And a C sharp here. And that's how I know that it's an E dorian sound, because we've got the C sharp in it. Then a fairly chewy chord there. We've got B flat and E, then an A flat, and then an E, and then a G. So I'm thinking of that again as the Hendrix chord, but with a B flat in the bass. And I think Eric goes between those two, whilst Mike Stern does something different on the record. So Mike Stern's chord, the top note goes, whereas Eric stays stationary with that G in the top. So and then we come to this next section where we're starting with an A minor. Break away from what came before with this part, so we come to this and so an A minor to a D, so a 2 and a 5. And there's your 1. So A minor, up the A minor pentatonic to this D chord, barring everything on the 5th fret, and then a B in the top, and then back down to this G6, also with the major 7. And then we come to another kind of Hendrix chord built off the C sharp. And then this is a really nice chord. So we've got an F sharp in the bass, then we've got a D sharp, then an A, and then a D. Again, I think I'd probably think of that as like the Hendrix type chord, but with an F sharp in the bass. And then we move to an F sharp major in first inversion and end on a B minor. And when he's playing it live, he kind of goes up here. That kind of thing. So from chord 4, flat 5, then to kind of the dominant of the minor, so B major, then a key change to B minor. So we're using the F sharp in first inversion, so A sharp, F, and a C sharp in the top, to resolve into B minor. Then we return to our kind of more familiar pattern where we're going from the, so we're going from now F sharp sus to B minor, and this one gets cut a bit shorter than usual, and we move from a B minor to an A major to an E minor, and then that little fill, then to an F sharp minor 7 flat 5 to a B altered, and that's kind of the whole progression. Just quickly again, we start with this, so this is everything now. So those are all the changes in the tune now that you've got the start and the second part. So they both kind of repeat each section twice. So Eric Johnson's solos over that A minor part, and it ends with the B sus. I think he does that twice. And then the Mike Stern section starts off with the, and he repeats that whole section twice as well. So you get this. That thing happens twice in Mike Stern's solo essentially. So I'll write that out. If you want these chords and the tab for this, I'll put it up on my Patreon. I imagine there might be 1 or 2 people that want to check that out. But yeah, that's kind of the tune. Pretty cool. In particular, I like the sound of that Hendrixy chord with the F sharp in the bass. That's got a really cool sound to it. And then also building that Hendrix chord off of the sharp 4 or flat 5 of a scale, I think has got a really cool sound. You hear Eric Johnson do that quite a bit, I think. It's also a really good tune for playing these kind of lines between chords and trying to get that going. You know, it's definitely a thing that I get asked about by people. How do you go from playing chords and little bits of lead breaks and be able to go between those seamlessly? Tunes like this are a really good way to practice that. So definitely a good one if you're interested in getting this kind of stuff going where you're playing chords. And lines between, I think is a really good primer for that kind of playing. The other thing I guess it's also good for is moving through these keys with this Dorian idea. And so our main key centers from start to finish are, so kind of A Dorian, and then kind of E major for that B sus, and then from there we're thinking about kind of E Dorian for that section, and then very much moving to just a standard kind of 2-5-1, and then modulating to B minor again, then modulating to B Dorian, to E minor. So that's how I would understand tidal. So I'll put together a backing track for this, I think, and I'll also put some kind of analysis on the tab and stuff. But hopefully that helps one or two people who are interested in this tune. Feel free to like and subscribe if you wanted to, if you got anything out of this. I'm using my Helix at the moment, and this is the Eric combined preset. There's also an Eric clean equivalent on the HX Stomp, so if you like the sound of that or whatever. Catch you in a bit.